What did you like against Ole Miss defensively, and what are the areas of improvement from the second half?
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. When we executed, we were able to have a chance to play at our best level. When, some communication broke down, assignments broke down, we weren't able to, play at the level that we wanted to play. And so those are the areas that are, you take learning from both. What did we do well? What do we need to do better? And you move forward.
What do you think are the keys to, improving the pass defense going forward?
Yeah, the key for us to improve going forward is being able to know our job and being able to execute it at a high level. It's that simple.
What did Bennett show you that makes him, one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC?
I mean, what you see is an experienced guy who has really leadership traits. He has some, moxie to him, where he has some escapability, playmaking ability, really high awareness of where his guys are and where the defense is. You can tell that he has experience and command and that he's smart. So that's what I see out of him.
The tight ends that they have are pretty unique. How do you prepare for them when Bowers can run the ball? And I'm not sure that there's a tight end in the country like Zero who's that big and can actually run and catch.
We have to align and play the defenses that we're playing, and we have to execute those assignments. There's no magical potion or defense that's gonna, they got this guy, so we're gonna do this, or they got that guy and we're gonna do that. Look, everybody has good players. You got to stop all of them. You can't. You just got to execute your assignments.
In the second half, when Ole Miss was just, making those downfield throws pretty much every drive, was it more of a communication breakdown or a scheme or a missed assignments? What was the biggest issue there?
I would say, factor in just a little of all of what you just said right there is it.
I guess so. After a game or after a second half like that, do you guys adjust the schemes at all? Is it all about execution? Where do you stand on that?
We're going to execute the schemes that we have, and those things adjust from week to week. The things that we have, and we got to do those things better. Yep.
What do you make of the season Anthony Orji is having?
He's doing a nice job so far. I'm happy that he's playing really, really well. It's good.
You guys have had some trouble getting pressure consistently on the quarterbacks. Is there anything you're doing to try to mitigate that a little bit?
I mean, we're always, in everything we do, we're trying to create pressure. And so it depends on the scheme that we're doing. Each offensive scheme calls for a different approach. And that was an RPO style of offense. And so what happens is they're running a run play, and you're playing a run play, and you're not rushing the quarterback on a run play. And then there's throws off of that happen, that you have to be defending as well. And so a lot of times it's what the offense is, dictating that you do. And then when there's times to rush the passer, like for example, the time that the kid throws an interception, we have a defensive lineman right in his face, or we have a lineman right in his face. And so there was times where there was pressure. Sometimes it comes down to what the offensive scheme is and what the defensive scheme is required to stop that.
Obviously, a lot of bright spots in that first half defensively, and you guys picked off Dart twice. So, how do you weigh the positives with the negatives, and what can also be better for you guys pass defense-wise?
Yeah, we came out pretty strong. We lived to our identity, but we just got to keep the same mentality. Never think the game's over. We got to keep fighting. No matter the scoreboard, no matter what the scoreboard says, the scoreboard is going to lie to you. So, just keep playing with the same mentality that we started with. So.
Well, what are you seeing from Ricky Wright this season?
Oh, he's been balling. I told him today, he's been balling. Keep it up, and we're going to keep going at it.
What challenges then will Georgia present you guys? They have the reputation of a defensive team, but they also score a lot of points.
Yeah, their offensive scheme is pretty good. They use a lot of formations. They got two good tight ends, so we're gonna have to be ready for that. Be ready for the motions. Be ready for the shifts and all the different looks that they're going to give us, and we're going to have to communicate this game. So communication is going to be key.
Yeah, how unique is it when they're tight end? Bowers actually sometimes runs the ball. How unique of a preparation process is that for you guys compared to other teams that you face?
I mean, it's no different. Like we're gonna practice the same. Just practice hard so that we can play hard in the game. So
I believe you grew up a UGA fan, right?
I did.
What's it going to be like playing against them and they're number one?
I mean, kind of like a dream come true. I mean, I always wanted to play in Sanford Stadium. Obviously, growing up, I wish it had been for them, but now I wish for no place else other than Vanderbilt, and I'm glad I get to go there and then showcase my talents on that field along with these guys and nobody else. So them being number one just happens to be a coincidence. Not a big deal, just another opponent. We're still working on ourselves, and that's what's important to us.
Are you, I imagine, going to have a lot of family there at the game?
Yeah, I honestly think I may have had more this past weekend. I think I had 24 people come up this weekend. But there's going to be a lot of just friends there because a lot of my friends go to UGA or North Georgia in Athens, so they're already in the area, so I'm sure they're going to be there.
What lessons did you take from the Alabama game to Ole Miss?
Just slow the game down. Alabama obviously is a very fast defense, and Georgia's going to be the same way. There's a lot of athletic guys, especially on the perimeter. So instead of speeding up the game for yourself, slow it down for yourself and let them play fast. I trust my skill guys to make the plays.
I'm sure you're very familiar with UGA's defense. I know they lost a lot of guys from last season, but what do you guys need to do to have success against a very talented unit?
Trust our progressions like quarterback. Just trust that our receivers are going to get to their spots and we're going to make the throws, and trust our line up front that they're going to make the blocks. I mean, they don't bring a whole lot of blitzes. They trust their pass rush, and they have a very good pass rush, so we got to trust our linemen.
Did the first half kind of give you guys a blueprint of how it should look and how it should be executed for you guys against Ole Miss?
Absolutely, and I think, to be honest, we got a little complacent going into the second half. We were super confident going in, hey, we got this, we're going to win this game, but we can't do that. We just got to keep playing our game and trust ourselves and know that we can play the way we can.
What do you think of playing wide receiver in those sets with Mike at quarterback?
Hey, every quarterback's dream is to grow up playing receiver, so to go out there is fun. But no, I have a lot of trust in Mike, and I know the whole team trusts Mike, so it's fun being out there at the same time as him.
What happened on that fumble play?
Just didn't turn my hips. I just short-armed the throw, just missed the throw. And I know a lot of people are trying to say it's Ray's fault or my fault, but it's just a football play. It's not anybody's fault.
Do you guys view this week as a unique opportunity for you guys?
I think it's just another game for us. Like I said before, it doesn't really matter the opponent. We're just working on ourselves, especially us being Team 2 and just working into the future.